Good morning and welcome to Qigong Live Online. This is the beginners class. Today we're going to do articulation. So our body is a very profound piece of equipment that we have arms and legs, and certain animals in the world can do things with their arms and legs that we can't do, and there's certain things we can do that other animals can't. So that's pretty obvious anyway, because we can't fly. Well, actually not true. We can fly, but we sort of have to have, we can't just flap our arms and start flying, but we can fly in different ways. And so we want to talk about how our body articulates. Now, our body turns certain ways, but we shall go in depth. We'll bow first, and then we'll talk about how some exercise we can do to actually help the articulation in our body. So roll back onto your thumbs. Left hand underneath, right hand on top, two thumbs together. Gong, make a fist with your left hand, cover it with your right. Then open your hands, bring towards your energy. She's all right. Bring your hands down. Gigi, come here. Come say hello. Good girl, eh? Good girl, eh? Off you go. You can go now. So the articulation. So our arms and legs only move a certain way. So they rotate. So your arm goes this way, but it can't go any further than that because the elbow joint stops it. So that's much of the articulation. You can turn it one way and you can rotate it the other way, but it won't go right around, depending on your suppleness of your shoulders. Same with the shoulders, that go forward, they go backwards, but there's certain places your elbow just doesn't go. Yeah, or your shoulder doesn't go. It's the same with your hips, same with your legs. Your knee bends certain ways. It goes forward and backwards, but it doesn't go sideways a little bit, but it doesn't go right sideways and right backwards. It's not created like that. So the whole, and the animals are the same. Our limbs are created a certain way for certain kind of movements. We're quite lucky as a human being, we have lots of flexible parts with our fingers, our digits, our feet, our ankles. We have lots of range of movement where we can move in lots of different directions. Not that I'm saying animals can't, but we're quite well adapted, and we can create more movement by having more flexibility in our hands. So the Qigong is one of the things it does, is open up all this different flexibility and different aspects of it. So we're going to do a couple of exercises that you normally wouldn't do in your normal life, but it activates Qi in your body. But before we do that, we're going to do a stretching one. We're going to stretch our wrists. We're going to bring your wrist forward like that, and then we're going to bend it the other way. Yeah, bend it down. And then bend it up. Bend it down and bend it up that way. Very good. Very good. Harold, welcome to the class, Harold. So if anybody's online, if you want to say hello, just write it down, just send me a message, because otherwise I can't see who's watching it. And you're very welcome, Harold. I hope this is useful to you today. And so we do that. So we use our hands, our wrists this way. You go that way there, which is normal stretch of range of movements. Yep. Now we're going to do a couple of strange ones with the arms, which you normally don't do. So we're going to bring the arms forward and we're going to turn them around that way. Bring your elbows back, turn your hands, and we're going to go outside that way. Now you normally don't do this as a normal human activity, unless you're doing some form of dancing. And you can do this exercise in dancing, but this rotation is affecting your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, and your fingers all at the same time. So there's lots of rotations going on. So this way Qigong is really good, because it creates all this extra range of movement that you normally don't do in your day-to-day life. Yep, unless you are doing some form of dance or some form of aerobic exercise that utilizes all these muscles in all these different directions. Yep. Now we're going to go the other way. And then this one you'll know, because if you're a swimmer, you'll know this one. This is breaststroke. We did this last week, but we're just doing the articulation today. And so it goes underneath and turns, and you can feel the shoulders moving, you can feel the elbows moving. And there's Qigong exercises for all of these. Good. And you can breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in as you come forward, and then breathe out. Or you can breathe out and then breathe in. They both work. They just slightly different medical applications, yeah? Cool. Good. Now we're going to do another exercise. And this exercise is from the Ba Duan Jin. It's an exercise where you change, and you have your hands, one hand up, one hand down. The hand's going to go up, and it's going to turn and push up, and one's going to go down. Then they're both going to come together. One's going to turn over. It comes from the behind, and then it turns around and pushes up, the other one goes down. There you go. Can you do the faraway shot for this one, Sam? Thanks. It comes up, turns, one pushes up, one pushes down. And you feel the stretch of your shoulders, and then comes down. Hand comes up, turns, and turns around and comes up and pushes up. Yep. And so something you normally wouldn't do in a day-to-day activity. And we turn it around, unless you're a waiter, and then stretch. Good, comes down. And then breathe out as it goes up. Breathe in as it comes down. It's good for your stomach. Good for your stomach and your spleen. Turn it around, breathing up. Breathe in and breathing up. Breathe in. So this, as I say, these articulations are not normally done. And push it up, breathe out. Breathing in, hand comes up the inside of your body, comes up past your lower dantian, goes over the top of the other hand to the back end, then turns around and spirals up. Yeah, comes down and then spirals up. Good. Now, I'm going to do a different exercise. Now, this is for the Chen-style Tai Chi. We're going to take an exercise out of Chen-style Tai Chi. And this exercise, you bring both hands like that. So crisscross your hands, yeah? And you're going to turn your hands over so that both thumbs are facing towards the front. You're going to go down, and you're going to turn both hands inside and out. Then you're going to go over and down. Bring both hands up. Yep. Bring the hands back and go down and then forward and back. Yep. And then go forward and down again. There we go. Bring both hands up. Forward, back and down. Back, forward and back up and then over the top. Now it's a bit tricky. Be okay if you're not getting this 100%, it's fine. The hands are rotating. Back and down. Good. Bring the hands up again. Palms to the front. Palms facing towards you. Then go down. Push them down. Then bring them up. Turn them over. Palms up. Both palms up. And then push them down. There you go. There's lots of different variations. Did a couple of different ones there for you just to complicate it. Didn't mean to complicate it. Comes up. Goes down the inside. Down. Comes up over. Palms up. Comes back. And presses down. Good. The hand comes up. They come up first. Over the top. Down. Down. They're still touching each other. Then comes up. They're rotating. Up. Over. And then down. There's a muscle application of this. So the hands are actually touching each other the whole time. And then you go to the side. Do one more time. Comes up. Both hands. Now, the wrists are holding them. The wrists are, say, the transverse crease on both of them are cross over each other. They come up this way. Then they go down. They're still touching. They touch the whole time, goes down. And you rotate around the wrists. Down. Comes back up. They turn over. Down. Come back up. And back down again. Do that again. Comes up. And down. Comes up. And when I first started this exercise, it did a bit more complicated than this, so I'm making it a bit easier. And we'll just do the 4 phases to that. And down. Do that again. Comes up. And down. Comes up. Palms are down. Palms up now. Comes up, over. And press them down and then spread them to the side. Now you alternate which hand goes first. So you alternate whether this one's on top or whether the other one's on top. And you do that each time. You come up and over and down. They come up the back, over and to the front. Then they come up, over and back. Back down again. Perfect. Comes up. Whoops. Comes up. Over and down. comes up, palms up, over and back down again. Very good. There you go. So there's the articulation. And it's done actually really fast. It's done like that. Yeah. And it's done with a step. You actually step forward and step back. Yeah. And you're doing this. Understand the principle of that. But the energy of it, because you're touching, your meridians are touching each other either side, and you're rotating, you're going across from one meridian to the other meridian, and you're turning the hands on opposite meridians to come up. And then you're rotating on the way down, they're going back down the other way, and then you're rotating them back up to come back again. And so you're activating all these connections with the meridians through the wrists, yeah? And that's what's happening with that in the Tai Chi piece, but it's also happening with the wellness of getting the energy connection with each other as well. We're going to do another one from, but we'll stay with the Ba Duan Jin. Here's another exercise. It's called raising one hand to smooth the spleen, stomach, and liver. Yep. I'm going to step up. We'll go to your right side first. You step up with your right foot, and then you bring your right hand high and the bottom hand down this way. It's actually a static posture, but it's the crossover I want to do with the wrists. So as the hands come in, the hand comes down. As the foot comes in, you turn the weight, the hand comes up first, then the other hand comes up. And then you step, and then the hands turn around, and one goes up, one goes down. There you go. So it's another hand rotation exercise. Foot comes in, hand comes down. You change the weight, the palm goes up. Then you step up with the back foot, the hand comes up. Both palms are up at this stage, they're both up. Then one turns up and one turns down. You see the spiraling energy spirals up, and one goes up, one goes down. Yeah, very good. And this is all about the articulation. Hand comes down. Articulation in your shoulder, your elbow, palm comes up the back. Both palms are up, they start up, and then one goes up and one goes down. That's all about the articulation that's happening inside your wrists and your elbows and your shoulders. Bring your hand down. Comes up again, palm up first. Other hand come up the inside, goes over the top of the hand. Both palms are up, and then one turns up and one turns down. That's it, perfect. Into the posture. Then we bring the hands back down. One goes down, one comes up. Other hand comes up from the inside over the top of the hand. Then they both slide across and they turn. One goes up and this one turns around and presses up in the air. Yep. And then bring the hand down. Good. Comes up. We'll do one more each side. Bring the foot and the hand up. Both palms up. Slide the hand forward. Turn the hand around. Push it up. The other one goes down. That's it. Good. Bring the hand down. Breathe in. And as the hand goes over the top, then you breathe out. Breathing in. And then breathing out. Good. Very good. So there's some exercises that you're using your wrists and losing this idea of this hand movement, of the hand rotations, and how you get the fluidity in your shoulders and your elbows, your wrists and your hands, and how the arms articulate. And they articulate, especially if you're doing Tai Chi as well, because there's lots of martial pieces where they're moving inside each other, and we're doing punches and we're doing blocks, and we're moving around and doing all this movement with the hands because it's all martial, yeah? And so there's lots of pieces to this, but what it does is open up all the body movements. So you learn how the whole body articulates. And Tai Chi is especially good because it's a whole continuous movement, opening and closing all the meridians, opening and closing all the arms, and taking them to the maximum limit of where the flexibility is, and moving from one place and then moving completely to a different place. And so they're good. But Qigong does the same thing. So what I was doing the exercise reminds me of exercise when I did when we had a kid. And so I've actually seen this done in the Shaolin temple where they had a ball, where you hold a ball, and you probably all had this practice that goes around. I don't have a ball in here. I've got one upstairs, eh? I'll grab one of my sons and turn it around like that without losing the ball out of your hand, yeah? So you can do it the same with the other one. You just hold the ball, turn, it goes up, round, and turn it that way. So these are great articulate exercises, so we can do this. And yeah, as I say, you could try this with a ball. But there's a Qigong exercise that does very similar movement to this, yeah, from the other side. And turns it around, still holding the ball in the palm of your hands. Yeah? No, I don't know if you remember when as a kid, I remember doing that as a kid. And I don't know where it came from as a kid, but I know that it's part of Qigong. So it's interesting that somehow or other it's all moved through the society and they still do the same thing today. And all this articulation is such an important thing. Knowing how to move your hands, knowing how to move your hands when you do these movements, from when you do these hands to move the body around, articulate the hands to do the exercises. And it's a great thing, and it's what the Qigong does, is allow all this articulation, all this movement of the hands and the rotation of the hands to make sure the body knows where the articulation is. Yep, and I think it's useful to keep the body active, to keep all the ligaments, tendons active, and to keep the whole body alive all the time. So these rotations and these movements of the hands, such an important thing, and you see them in Qigong. Anyway, practice those, they're great. It makes your body feel good, opens it all up. And the thing with this is it's not like there's no pain in stretching. We're not stretching to hurt yourself. It's no pain, no gain thing. You're moving inside comfort. When you're doing this, the movement's meant to be soft and relaxed and comfortable. There's meant to be no tension in this. So you're not weight training, or you're not doing yoga. You're doing this and so that the arms are rotating really smoothly. Yeah, there's no tension in the arms. The arms are just moving in a particular way so that the arms can continue to move, yeah, and there's just no tension. Everything's just fluid and everything's soft and relaxed. Yeah? And once you're doing that, of course, when you're doing that, all the qi and the blood moves smoothly through the body as well, and that's what you want, nice and relaxed. And when you're doing that, of course, it helps to calm your mind. Have a beautiful day. If you have any questions about that, please ask. Yeah? Go and try it with the ball, if you remember when you were a kid. I just had a flashback. I haven't thought of that for years. Very cool. Have a beautiful week, everybody. If you have any questions, please ask. Okay? Stay flexible. Roll back onto your thumbs. Bring your left hand underneath, right hand on top. 2 thumbs together. Go. Make a fist with your left hand. Cover it with your right. Bring it towards your heart. And then bring your hands down. Very good. There you go. And step back. Bow to each other. Yeah. Enjoy the practice. Enjoy being flexible. Enjoy everything in your body being relaxed and loose. But not only loose, but you have the power, because the power has in there too, but the power is inside the relaxation, inside the flexibility, inside the fluidity of the joints, fluidity of your muscles, fluidity of your ligaments. Everything's soft, everything works, everything has blood supply, everything has ligaments, nothing's stiff. And you want that. And if that's all like that, then your mind's not stiff either. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Bye-bye.